Yes, please. Just in case. Just in case. Just in time. Oh, okay.
Justin Polsnick.
So there's something I'm supposed to do that I forgot. Well, luckily there's no enemies or anything, so I'm just gonna go around to every single door.
Yeah, there's nothing except for a haunting piano in the background, constantly reminding you that the only human companion you've seen in the past half hour is now dead.
Well, Laura's still alive, so it's all okay. Okay. Have I been over here yet? Okay, so maybe. Okay, what about here? No? Yeah, what am I missing here, bud? Maybe I have it on my handy dandy Mapperoonie. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Oh, okay. Got it. I have to go over... Oh, it's the one door that looks normal. Ah, I'm stupid! Dun, 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 dun. He who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss is not bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can all be learned by marching forward. Follow the map. There's a letter and a wrench.
Thank you.
That's where the wrench is. Letter, wrench.
Who writes in cursive?
And
What
that's
an
where you use
idiot.
the wrench, and that's where you use the thing. Very specific. James just leaves doors open now?
James just didn't even care.
Wait. So was that? Oh, you were seeing her outside. Okay, I see. Got it. All right, let's leave. So this is Dark. Excuse me, Dark Silent Hill. And I forget if it's like dark in terms of it's just dark, or if it's evil Silent Hill.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Just Maria's dead.
James, this is why everyone likes Harry better, okay? As he just pushes through and goes, have you seen a little girl? Short black hair? No? Forget you! Forget it! It's the only thing I have left to hope for. Thanks, James. Okay, so I guess when they say alternate, they just mean dark as hell, Silent Hill. Okay, so we're gonna head down to Saul Street.
Yeah, you can't really make it like dark Silent Hill again because it doesn't make sense.
Wow. By the way, according to the map, there are like just constant items throughout like this area, but I don't really care. Yep.
I mean, you just got 2 ampules and like a million shotgun shells.
It also just like in general doesn't seem worth it unless you see it like directly on the way. So we're gonna keep going. Can't wait till we get to the point where there's no more nurses.
Hey Ben, if you woke up and you're just suddenly in dark Silent Hill, what would you do?
I would probably not move.
Would you just wait for your death or try to get out?
I would probably jog like James is, to be
Yeah,
honest
just,
with you.
I would probably go back to
Just leave
sleep.
jogging.
I would probably say, you know...
What if you woke up on like a disgusting like bed?
Oh yeah, I guess everything is gross. But I would try to find some cleaning supplies in order to clean the bed off. And then I would sleep back on it.
No, that's a good idea.
I don't think you can get off blood and rust.
Well,
Sure you can.
okay, so then I get up, but only to search for a more appropriate place to sleep now that my bed's gotten all bloody and rusty.
With LA's totally awesome. Oh my. Okay, what?
Favorite part.
Now it kind of is Dark Silent Hill. If it's just gonna continue like this. Well, you know what? We're not in closed areas, so we're just gonna try to run. And those things are just...
What was that about?
Okay, I
closed
am...
areas?
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, the enclosed areas? Yeah. I thought I would be, not up against it like that. Alright, so... Is that just a...
First aid kit.
Yeah. I'll take a literally free... I doubt that there's more items in here, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna double check it out. I already was here before and got the items, but... No. Didn't hurt the chick. Alright, so... We're gonna head over to... Well, it's actually on my map, but I think it's, Levinson Street or something. Yeah, it's just literally... I like... Oh, gosh, those things. I like how they just do it slightly differently, and it's just, like... Not, what's the word? Okay, so... Going up... And it's not dark Silent Hill like it is in SH1. And they're just like, alternate Silent Hill. It's just dark. It's nighttime. And those things are still there. Those legs are still legging it up. I assume when I find this wrench that it will change camera angles. Because it would be rude not to.
I think.
Uh-oh. There are nurses out here. That's cool. So let's see what we can do. So... I'm pretty near where it's telling me to be. Near where the letter wrench is. Maybe it's in here. Not there. What about here? No, that's locked. There we go.
Good old camera placement.
So the letter, it says, or perhaps you are a fool, the truth usually betrays people. A part of that abyss is in the old society. The key to the society is in the park, at the foot of the praying woman, inside of the ground, inside of a box. To open it, I need a wrench. My patient buried it there. I knew but did nothing. It may be uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth. I wasn't looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the museum was sealed as well. Now no one dares to approach that place. If you still don't wish to stop James, I pray to the Lord you have mercy on your eternal soul. Well, what am I going to do? Oh, damn it. What am I going to do at this point? Yep. I got a wrench.
That looked like a huge key. Moving a wrench.
Yeah, it really did. Alright, so we are going to head... I believe we're
Dude,
just...
To me, that looks like litter. It doesn't look like litter in the wrench.
Alright, so I just want to make sure of one thing. I have something pulled out real quick. We have the wrench. We're going to head up Lindsay Street and go past the apartments. Okay, so just like before, I think this is the right way, and I am hoping that this is the right way. But, we'll, like, lay see. And if not, I'll just try running up Nathan Avenue and see if that works. Hello, nurse! I like how to extend the game a little, like, hey, go back to that place where the apartments and stuff are. Come on, bud. Get that wrench. Hello? And then I'm like, okay, now go back to kind of where you were. It's like, uh-huh. Hello?
I mean, they did that all the time in the other Silent Hills.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, in the very first part, they're like, run around everywhere. Get these 3 keys. I'm just surprised that with all... I feel like... That was weird. I feel like 2 is so much longer than 1, but the speedrun's only like I don't know, maybe 10 minutes longer. Please, yes, okay, great.
It also sucks that Silent Hill always has to construct a huge like area for you to get to places, but usually there's nothing in Silent Hill itself other than the buildings. So like I would think that most of the development time was like spent on Silent Hill. But a lot of times it's so dark and you just want to get to one place or another that you just want to run through it. Kind of sad.
Yeah. And that's just the nature of like most horror games, unless they're like a point-and-click affair, like a truly point-and-click affair, like remember those Dracula games for PS1? They like you would not want to explore because you're just like, dude, I just want to get out of here, you know? Unless they made it abundantly clear that like, okay, well, you're safe here, you know? Alright, so we're gonna head to the park, which is not this way. Especially when you're just like, okay, like, you can see, like, 10 feet in front of you, right? And there's constant bad guys, you know? It's like, nah. Alright, so the old key is on the right-hand side of the park, which means I'm going to go... I think I have to go the whole way around. So I'm on the right... Or, I'm sorry, the left-hand side, excuse me. So, oh, is that a... Yeah, oh! Nice.
What was that?
Ample. See, that's the thing. It is different than Silent Hill 1. When you move any direction, so for, what? Where am I? Yeah, it's not super helpful. In 1... Show me specific. Oh, I can't get any closer. I think this is still right. In 1, you have to, yes, this is it, actually. Because I thought this was it. No? I'm looking for Praying Lady. Cool. Bye. Will you dig? Yes. But in Silent Hill 1, it's actually kind of key. In Silent Hill 1, you have to press X to get out of, like, picking up an item, right? And this one, if you have your finger on the directional button, it, like, automatically clicks you out of it, if that makes sense. So, like, it actually kind of stinks because you're constantly, like, picking up items and you're like, wait, what was that? You know? Because you're, like, your fingers are almost always on the directional pads because you want to, like, keep running, you know? Alright, so this is the key for the Historical Society. This is where this game gets absolutely nuts. I'm gonna, like, take it as far as I can. Okay, on the opposite way. I think... No, okay. Maybe? Okay, what way am I facing? Okay, cool. Looks like I'm out of it. So this is where this game gets absolutely nuts and, like, has a lot of its memorable parts. I think this is the way out. Nope, I'm facing the wrong way. Dang it, you'd have to memorize this part. Ugh. For a speedrun. And we are, I think, Audi. Yeah, alright, cool. So we're gonna run up Nathan Ave, which is that road. It's the road. Yeah, we're gonna, there's a lot of really memorable parts in it's both the Historical Society and then something deeper. There wasn't too much I remembered from not playing this for many years. There were, like, a couple key scenes, like the one with, you know, where Pyramid Head shows up just a little bit ago and you have to run. That's pretty unforgettable. One of the later boss fights is pretty unforgettable, IMO. But a lot of the stuff in this, I think that's where, like, I don't know, it's probably, like, Silent Hill 1, a lot of the most memorable parts are, like, the very beginning. You know, the school and starting up and whatever. People don't usually reference, like, oh, remember Nowhere? You know? Like, at the end. But in this one, like, a lot of the crazy parts that people reference are like middle to the end of the game. Kind of interesting. These nurses have a huge range of like hitting, and it should also be mentioned pretty specific. Nice. Okay. Sweet. Let's just get inside. So I'm gonna go a little bit longer. We're just pretty much gonna keep going to points where like we're gonna keep going until I get to a point where I'm like I can't handle this anymore. I will do a safety save because there's, if I remember correctly, there's like no real map in a lot of these places. So like,
what was I gonna say? Unlike the one in your lab.
But like James in one of the places, James literally draws the map, which is a nice touch. This is a photo of a deep, deep hole. Photo of the director of the old Brookhaven Hospital. Looks like he was a famous person in town. Just a photo? Get out of here. Oh. This is cool. You're just like, that is a gaping hole. Excellent. Well, let's go down.
It's not even like stairs, it's just like an incline.
Yeah, it's just an incline. Like, gradual incline.
That's fine by me. Makes sense.
Hey Ben, if you woke up and the only way out of your room was suddenly this, would you go down?
Absolutely.
There's a really good short story, I've read it a couple times now, where essentially the long and the short of it is like a guy just going about his normal daily business, and he ends up on this escalator, and he's not really paying attention. And the escalator, like, just keeps going down, like, flights and flights and flights and flights until, like, he starts to devolve into madness because he's, like, I've gone down 500, like, because, like, at first he's, like, not really paying attention. He's, like, reading a story, and he's, like, oh, yeah, whatever. What was I gonna say? But it's, like I said, it's,
forever.
Yeah, he just ends up going forever, and, like, it obviously implies that, like, he was like, oh, it's the escalator to hell, you know, eventually when he starts, like, losing it. And, but then, like, it's like, really well written in that, like, there are times where he starts to try to run back up and stuff. Seriously?
Gotta save those handguns.
Now, one thing I don't have the map, but I kind of want to know where I start. So just give me 1 second. No, you're not going to help me at all? It's just not going to say.
Not gonna say what the map is.
It's not. No, it says that, but it's not going to say where I freaking start. I guess I'll figure it out eventually.
Look at that butt. Can you see that butt?
Yeah, it was hot. So the key thing is going to be finding the map, which hopefully is soon-ish. There's like a main area, and when I get to that main area, it should be hanging on one of the walls. But I guess we'll see. I guess if I... Oh, okay, this isn't... Alright, there we go. This isn't the prison proper yet, I think.
Dude, I would love to jump down a hole. Especially the way that James does it, where he doesn't, like, position it so he falls the least amount. He just, like, jumps into it. Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, kind of slide down or whatever.
Yeah, like, the smartest way would to get on your, like, sit down and then, like, position yourself so you hang down from your hands.
Oh, yeah. Now he just jumps. And he says, oh, cool. Well, luckily for us, we have a melee weapon.
That's weird. Makes no like discernible sound, and then